From the quiet countryside roads of Campsie Glen to the busy streets of Glasgow, this drive will test everything a learner driver needs to know. We'll tackle sharp bends, tricky junctions, roundabouts, and hidden hazards, all in one real-life journey. I'll show you how to read the road, spot danger early, and react calmly, just like a confident UK driver should. So buckle up, let's hit the road and turn every mile into a lesson in road awareness. After a quick visit to the beautiful Campsie Glen waterfall, it's time to head back on the road. I'm starting from the Crow Road car park, checking all around before moving off. As I roll towards the exit, there's a giveaway ahead. I'm easing off the gas and preparing to stop. A vehicle's coming from the right, so I wait. Once it's clear, I check again, right, right, and make a smooth right turn onto Crow Road. Always remember, the traffic on the main road has priority. Good awareness and patience here can make all the difference, especially when exiting from quiet country spots like this. Now that we're on the countryside road, you can see, it's full of bends and blind corners. Even though this is a national speed limit road, that doesn't mean we must drive at 60. The limit is the maximum, not the target. On narrow country roads like this, the safest speed is the one that lets you stop in the distance you can see to be clear. As I continue along this winding countryside road, I spot a warning sign for fallen rocks ahead. These signs are common in areas with steep hillsides or cliffs, like here at Campsie Glen. Whenever I see this sign, I stay alert and reduce my speed slightly. I'm scanning the road surface and the edges for any loose stones or debris that could cause me to lose grip. It's also a good idea to keep a safe distance if there's vehicle ahead. If they suddenly swerve or brake for debris, I'll have enough time to react calmly. Up ahead, I spot two sheep grazing right at the edge of the road, a clear countryside hazard. Animals can suddenly wander across without warning, especially on quiet rural roads like this. In this situation, you should ease off the accelerator, keep both hands steady on the wheel, and be ready to brake gently. Check your mirrors before reducing speed so drivers behind are aware. Avoid using the horn. Sudden sounds could startle the animals and make things worse. Remember, it's always safer to slow down and stay alert, because on country roads, you never know what might step out next. Ahead, there's a warning sign for ice, a reminder that this stretch of road can become slippery in cold or shaded conditions. In icy conditions, you should drive smoothly and avoid harsh braking or steering. Keep your speed low, maintain a larger gap from the vehicle ahead, and use gentle acceleration to stay in control. There's a warning sign ahead showing double bends, first to the right, then to the left. This means I'll be steering through two consecutive curves, and visibility might be limited between them. In this situation, you should reduce your speed before entering the first bend, keep to your side of the road, and avoid braking sharply while turning. Always look well ahead and steer smoothly. That helps keep the car stable and balanced through both bends. Now I'm entering Lennoxtown, and the speed limit here is 30 miles per hour. That means I'm leaving the national speed limit countryside road and moving into a built-up area. This change is important because there'll likely be houses, pedestrians, junctions, and parked cars ahead. In this situation, you should start easing off the accelerator early, check your mirrors, and gently bring your speed down to 30 before passing the sign. Keep scanning for side roads, crossing points, and new hazards that appear in town areas. Remember, those 30 miles per hour signs aren't just numbers, they're there to protect everyone who shares the road. As I drive through Lennoxtown, there are a lot of vehicles parked along the pavement and the left edge of the road. This is a common hazard in residential areas. It reduces the available road space and can hide pedestrians stepping out or doors opening unexpectedly. In this situation, you should check your mirrors, watch for oncoming traffic, and slow down. Keep a safe distance from the parked vehicles and be prepared to stop if someone steps out or a car pulls out. Passing slowly and carefully through these streets keeps both you and other road users safe. Up ahead, there's a slow road marking accompanied by a school warning sign, indicating children may be crossing or walking nearby. This is a critical hazard in residential and school areas, especially during drop-off and pick-up times. Now I'm approaching a giveaway line and preparing to turn left. There's a vehicle coming from the right, so I need to give way before joining the road. Once it's clear, I make a smooth left turn, keeping my position correct in the lane. Giving way at junctions is all about patience and good observation. Wait for the right moment, then move confidently. The car in front has put its right indicator on and is turning right. I notice there's a middle hatch marking. These usually separate lanes or keep areas clear. Drivers can cross them if necessary, for example, to turn into a parking space, but only when it's safe. Up ahead, there are two warning signs, one for double bends and another showing a minor road joining from the left. Just after that, there's a children crossing warning sign, which means I'm likely approaching a school or residential area. I reduce my speed and scan both sides of the road. Reading these signs early helps me anticipate what's ahead. Safe driving is all about planning, not reacting. Now I'm approaching a junction where I'll be turning right. I follow the MSPSL routine: mirror, signal, position, speed, and look, the key to every safe turn. The road is clear, so I make a smooth right turn and continue safely. There's a warning sign for double bends with an additional plate saying for 1.5 miles. That means the road will stay winding for quite a distance, so I need to be ready for several bends, not just one or two. I keep my speed under control, stay in my lane position, and look as far ahead as possible to see the shape of the road early. Remember, signs with distance plates tell you how long a hazard continues, so stay alert until you see a change or new sign. Now I can see the national speed limit sign, the white circle with a black diagonal stripe. That means the road returns to the national speed limit, which is 60 miles per hour for cars on a single carriageway. But remember, that's the maximum, not the target speed. On countryside roads like this, I keep my speed appropriate for the bends, visibility, and road conditions. Always drive to the conditions, not just the limit. Now I can see a series of signs and markings appearing close together, all giving me important information. There's a white arrow painted in the middle of the road, pointing towards my lane. It means that if you're overtaking, you need to return back to your side of the road. The road ahead isn't safe to stay in the opposite lane. Just ahead, I spot a double bend warning sign with a plate saying reduce speed now. Slow is painted right on the road surface, a clear reminder that sharper bends are coming up. The center of the road has double solid white lines, so overtaking is strictly not allowed, even if the road looks clear. You'll notice chevron signs on the left, showing the sharp direction of the upcoming bend. All these signs appear within a short stretch, and together, they're saying one thing: ease off the speed, stay in control, and focus on what's coming next. Up ahead, there's a warning sign for a left bend. Whenever you see this sign, it's your cue to ease off the accelerator, check your mirrors, and position your vehicle correctly, slightly towards the center of your lane, giving yourself a smooth line through the bend. Even if the road looks clear, never rush into a bend. You never know what might be around the corner, like parked vehicles, cyclists, or even animals on country roads. There's a white arrow pointing left, a caution, vehicles turning sign, and the word slow painted on the road, followed by a solid white line in the center for my side, which then changes into double solid lines, and chevron signs ahead, all reminding you to keep left, slow down, and stay alert through the bend. There's a car approaching from the left junction ahead, so I'm keeping an eye on it to make sure it doesn't pull out as I pass. In situations like this, always ease off the accelerator, cover the brake, and be ready to react quickly if the driver decides to move. The speed drops to 30 miles per hour as I enter Torrance, and there are warnings ahead, traffic lights, a pedestrian in the road sign, and a side road joining from the left, so you should slow down, stay alert, and be ready for any pedestrians or vehicles entering the road. There's a warning sign for horse riders. This means you should reduce your speed, stay calm, and be ready to give plenty of space if you encounter a horse on the road. Horses can be unpredictable, so it's important to avoid sudden movements or loud noises, and pass slowly and safely. There's a warning sign for children crossing, which means you should reduce your speed, stay alert, and watch carefully for children entering the road. Even if there's no crossing immediately visible, children can appear unexpectedly, so it's important to be prepared to stop safely. There are vehicles parked along the left side of the road, which means I need to move partially into the oncoming lane to continue safely. I make sure to watch ahead carefully, check my mirrors, and prepare early for any approaching traffic before passing the parked cars. Anticipating hazards like this keeps the drive smooth and safe for everyone. Up ahead, there's a roundabout. The first exit goes straight towards Glasgow, and the second exit turns right towards Bear's Den. I'm taking the first exit, going straight ahead. As I get closer, I look to the right to make sure the roundabout is clear. Once it's safe, I enter smoothly, keeping to my lane. When I pass the first road on my right, I signal left to show I'm leaving the roundabout. Smooth mirror checks, correct lane positioning, and well-timed signals make roundabouts easy and safe to handle. Check the link in the description to learn how to handle roundabouts in more detail. Up ahead, I can see two signs together, one warning of wild animals, and just behind it, the national speed limit sign. That's a clear reminder that even though the speed limit here is 60 miles per hour, I need to stay alert. Animals could appear suddenly, especially on these open countryside roads. Always drive at a speed that's safe for the conditions, not just what's allowed on the sign. There's a left bend warning sign ahead that tells me to ease off the accelerator, check mirrors, and position slightly to the right of my lane for a better view around the corner. Always slow down before the bend, not while turning. Smooth control keeps the car stable and safe. I notice the vehicles ahead are moving slowly, so I ease off the accelerator and start creating a safe following distance. Remember, bends can sometimes hide slow or stationary traffic, so always be ready to react smoothly once your view opens up. Up ahead, I can see two warning signs together. One shows the road narrowing, and the other warns of a right-hand bend. That means space is going to get tighter just as I'm turning, so I need to slow down early, keep a steady position, and be ready in case any oncoming traffic appears around the corner. Up ahead, I can see lane direction signs for the roundabout. The left lane is for left turns only, while the right lane is for going straight or turning right. Since I'm taking the right turn, I check mirrors, signal right, and position in the right lane early. As I approach the roundabout, I reduce my speed, look to the right for any approaching traffic, and once it's safe, I enter smoothly. I keep my right signal on while circulating, and just before reaching my exit, I signal left to leave the roundabout safely and clearly. Now there's a 40 miles per hour speed limit sign ahead. That means I can drive up to 40 miles per hour if it's safe to do so. But remember, the limit isn't a target. Always adjust your speed for traffic, road conditions, and visibility. Roundabout ahead, the left lane is for left turns only, so I move into the right lane for the second exit to the right. I signal right, slow down, and look to the right before entering. Once past the first exit, I signal left and leave smoothly. I was driving in the left lane as normal, but the road marking ahead shows left turn only, and the right lane continues straight. So, I checked mirrors, signaled right, and moved over in good time to stay on the correct route, then stopped safely at the red traffic light. The speed limit now drops to 30 miles per hour, which means I'm entering a built-up or residential area. I ease off the accelerator and adjust my speed to stay within the limit. There's a yellow box junction ahead. You must not enter the box unless your exit is clear, even with a green light. The purpose is to keep the junction free and avoid blocking traffic from other directions. The only exception is when you're turning right and your path is blocked by oncoming traffic or other vehicles waiting to turn right. In that case, you can wait inside the box until it's safe to complete the turn. Let's jump ahead in the journey. We've already covered driving through countryside roads, bends, junctions, and built-up areas. Now it's time to hit the motorway, where road awareness becomes even more important. I'll walk you through lane discipline, speed awareness, safe merging, and how to handle traffic at higher speeds. Now I'm taking the slip road to join the M8 motorway. The slip road bends ahead, so I'm keeping my speed under control and staying in my lane. Remember, on slip roads, it's all about good observation and smooth acceleration to safely match the speed of motorway traffic before merging. I can see double solid white lines beside me. That means I can't cross or merge yet. I have to stay in my lane until those lines end. Once they turn into broken white lines, I check mirrors, look for a safe gap, signal, and merge smoothly onto the motorway. The vehicle ahead turns on its right indicator, slows down, and starts moving toward the right lane, and I notice the car in front of it doing the same. That tells me there might be something ahead in this lane, maybe a slow vehicle or an obstruction. I stay patient, maintain my distance, and wait until it's clear before deciding whether I need to move over too. Now I can see a temporary roadside sign ahead. It says the second and fifth lanes are closed in 400 yards. That explains why the vehicles ahead started moving right earlier. I check my mirrors and look for a safe gap to move into the right lane as well. It's always best to plan early and change lanes smoothly rather than rushing at the last moment. Motorways are actually one of the easiest parts of a road trip. The lanes are wider, the roads are smoother, and there's no need for frequent gear changes since you're cruising at a steady speed. You can cover long distances comfortably and efficiently. But it's not all easy going. Motorways demand constant concentration. Because vehicles travel at higher speeds, things can change very quickly. A moment of distraction or poor lane discipline can lead to serious danger. So, even though it feels relaxed, you've got to stay alert, keep scanning your mirrors, and always be ready to react. As you can see, the vehicle in front is constantly slowing down and braking. In situations like this, I make sure to keep a safe following gap so I have plenty of time to react. On the motorway, things happen fast. If the driver ahead brakes suddenly, that extra space gives you the time you need to respond calmly and safely. On the motorway, it's important to keep an eye on your mirrors every few seconds. This helps you know what's happening around your vehicle, who's approaching from behind, which lane has faster traffic, and if there are any hazards developing. Constant observation makes your driving safer and smoother, especially at higher speeds. I'm now moving into the right lane because I'll be using the slip road to exit the motorway soon. I check mirrors, signal early, and position safely to ensure a smooth exit without affecting other vehicles around me. Always plan your lane change in advance. Rushing at the last moment can be dangerous, especially on high-speed roads. Thanks for watching this full driving journey. If you enjoyed learning about junctions, road signs, hazards, and motorway tips, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss a new lesson. Stay alert, practice regularly, and drive safely on every road.